What's going on, guys? Back at channel is MoneyMarrowTech. Today on channel, we're checking out the Insta360 Luna Ultra. And so far, I have been very impressed with what this camera can do. Now, for reference, right now, I'm actually talking to you guys through the internal microphone that's already embedded into the display that comes attached from the camera. And that's one of the fewest things as I like about the camera so far that make everything more simply. Now, in this review, we're going to cover everything you need to know about this camera, from the logs, from the detachable display, the range, everything you need to know about this camera. We're going to talk about this review. And this is not a sponsorship video. This is me as a consumer who's very curious about what this camera could do. Now, for reference, for the last 2 years, the DJI Pocket 3 has been my main camera on my channel. That means everything you have seen on my channel up to this time has been recorded on this camera, and who knows when we're going to get the DJI Pocket 4 or Pocket 4 Pro into the States, because it's still dealing with the ban. So Insta360 stepped up, and now we have it in the studio. So let's go ahead and do a full depth review and see what we get and if it's worth your money. First thing you get in the box, out of the package, you get your battery handle that has a quarter thread and built-in feet on the bottom. Next up, you get your small handle with the built-in feet and quarter thread on the bottom as well. Microphone clip, wrist strap, wide ankle lens, Insta360 Mic Pro, USB cord, carrying bag, and an Insta360 with the wind guard on and a protection cover case. That is very clutch. Now, at first glance, you can tell that Insta360 took notes from DJI, right? You have that same rotating screen. You have that same anime when it opened up the camera up. You have that rotating gimbal. You have the little joy stick right here, but they took it a step further by giving a dual lens setup, a little Joy-Con stick here to actually dedicate it to zoom in, zoom out and stuff. And they give you a detachable monitor, making it separate from its competitor. The Luna Ultra features a dual lens Leica setup. On one side, you have a 1-inch sensor paired with a 20mm f1.8 lens, capable of shooting up to 8K 30 frames. And on the other side, you have a dedicated 1/1.3-inch 60mm telephoto lens, delivering a 3x optical zoom, a 6x lossless zoom, and up to a 12x digital zoom. And after using the Luna Ultra for several days, I've been generally impressed by the image quality that both lenses provide. The level of detail, sharpness, and the flexibility you get from switching between the wide lens and the telephoto lens is very incredible. All right, this is how it looks when it's on basic, okay? So there's two different ways you can do it. There's the basic mode and a pro mode. This is exactly how it looks when it's on basic mode. Now I'm gonna switch it to pro mode. All right, this right here is your pro standard mode, okay? This is how it's gonna look and stuff. You can see the colors, maybe change a little bit, got a little brighter, more exposure and stuff. Now let's go ahead and switch it to Dolby Vision. All right, guys, this right here is a Dolby Vision. Same concept, nothing extra, no exposure, nothing changed. Did you hear how it looked on Dolby Vision? And this right here is iLog, pretty much flat with no filters, anything like that. Now, if you don't want to color grade from iLog, there is 9 included lux that's powered by Leica that's already included in the camera you can cycle through. And I'm about to show you right now. Now, if you do forget your SD card at home, no worries, you are covered for a little while. You do have internal storage of 46 gigabytes, which is nice to have if you forget your SD card at home. Another thing I like to mention as well, I can customize the 2 buttons right here in the front to wherever I want. What I want to use is as an adjuster or change the focal length of my camera. The buttons right here are programmable and it's really easy to change whether you want to use photo or lock on a gimbal and stuff. Really easy to do. Another cool thing that I've been enjoying about the Luna Ultra is the fact that I can, actually, you know what, I'll show you. Switch, be able to take off the monitor and be able to not only monitor my progress, make sure I'm in framing, check everything out, but talk to you with this internal microphone right here on top of the camera itself, giving content creators or anybody that matter more flexibility. Imagine you carrying less gear, not carrying around a microphone with you, right? Or not have to worry about using your phone to see if you're still in frame. The fact that it's all in one is already included is definitely a game changer for most people who want to vlog or conduct interviews or just simply have everything in the convenience in their hands. Now we're going to test out the monitor and the microphone and the range of how long it takes before it disconnects. So nothing but opportunity. Let's go ahead and start that walk right now. I'm also going to be recording with my phone so you can see the difference on the screen. We're going to start showing the weakness signal, but we're going to see how far we can get until it's ready to pretty much disconnect. So here we go. But the signal still coming through and show my audio still going through. So I mean, this is, I think, a decent amount of space. I don't think you need much opportunity to be this far, but if you do, then okay, there you go. Here we're just your test. Since we're speaking about audio, if you get the creator pack, you also would get the Insta360 Mic Pro, which is a very cool microphone to have. It has a built-in ink display, allowing you to customize it to your liking, whether you want to do your logo, channel brand, name, or profiles, or other pictures and stuff, you can. And it offer a support professional grade of 32-bit flow audio recording, give you incredible dynamic range, helpful protection audio, and clipping during loud moments. Now, when it came to actor tracking, I was pretty impressed what it can do. I threw a lot at it, low light, bright sunlight, even filming on muted vehicle, and for most part, it did a solid job staying locked on the subject, whether I'll tracking myself or another person. The camera was quick to recognize the subject and keep it in the frame. All right, guys, so this right here is PureVideo mode. Right now, it's currently 9 o'clock right here, right now in Texas. And so the sun is still setting a little bit. Still got daylight over there. I'll show you real quick. Off there in the distance, a little bit of daylight and stuff, but the lights are out on our side. But this is how it looks right now when we use the PureVideo mode. All right, guys, just got done turning off PureVideo mode. This is what you're gonna be seeing when it's turned off. Now I have better examples where I took my daughter for her birthday to Bubble Planet, where as soon as you walk in, the footage I had, it was terrible. You could tell that it was dark and gloomy, but as soon as I turned on PureVideo mode, it was a game changer. When it comes down to slow motion, you're getting 240 frames per second at 1080p and 120 frames at 4K, giving you plenty of space for cinematic shots. But if you want to shoot slow motion at a vertical format, simply rotating the screen won't work here. Instead, you actually have to rotate the whole camera sideways to enable a true vertical shot, allowing you to keep your slow motion footage optimized for TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts. Now, when it comes to vertical shots, the Luna Ultra at vertical mode is limited to 3K all the way up to 60 frames per second. However, there is a mode on here that allows you to go all the way up to 4K, 120, or even 8K at 130 by simply turning the camera sideways to turn on true vertical shot, allowing you to still post your TikTok videos or YouTube shorts at a full frame rate. All right, guys, so it's officially been a full week of me using this camera every single day, much as I can, to give you guys the most information I can. And there's some questions that was brought up during my testing on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, without putting videos on there and stuff. And I want to give you guys answers for them as well, just in case you had the same questions. Number one, does it support live streaming? I'm gonna say right now, it does not, okay? When I plug it up to the computer, the only option it gives me is to transfer files. Even when I plug it to my phone, it don't give me an option for live streaming. So you're looking for live streaming right now, it does not support it. It may become later on in a firmware update, but as right now, it does not. Another question they're asking me is, did I run into a few bug problems during my testing? And the answer is yes, okay? Now, I did experience a flickering of the screen. I did experience the detachable monitor draining the camera battery and stuff, but also in the same time, during the 7 days I was testing this out, I also seen that Insta360 was pushing out firmware updates. I probably had like 4 to 5 updates within literally in the 7-day period where this product was being updated constantly, which is a good thing because that means they're taking care of it, right? They're trying to knock it out. They're trying to make sure it works and stuff, and they're trying to make sure whoever get it is ready to go and stuff. But since this being their first time camera and stuff, that's something to be expected and stuff. Just as long as they can get it updated and fixed with a firmware update and stuff, then they won't have a problem later on. But other than that, guys, I think the Luna Ultra is definitely a good camera and stuff, but I really can't wait to get the DJI Pocket 4 Pro into the office so I can give you guys a real comparison and stuff, because that's the camera I've been waiting for. If you guys don't know, literally I'll show you right now. I have a ton of DJI products in my house. I mean, like I said, literally for the last 2 years, the DJI Pocket 3 have been my main camera on YouTube, and who knows where I will go from here if we cannot get the DJI Pocket 4 or 4 Pro in the office, because that's the camera I've been using for mainly my whole YouTube channel for the last 2 years. So anyway, guys, any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I am MoneyMarrowTech. See you guys next time. Peace.